Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited's Countdown. Now this Sunday is Money in the Bank. There are actually two Money in the Bank ladder matches, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So with this historic event coming up this Sunday, we thought we would take a look at the top 5 best cash-ins from Mr. Money in the Bank. Now remember, any countdown is always, debated. So if you don't think that these 5 are the top 5, then let me know in the comments below what you think should be taken out and put in its place. Because like I said, any countdown, it's somebody's opinion or a group of people's opinion, and they're always up for debate. Number 5, CM Punk cashes in on Edge on Monday Night Raw, June 30th, 2008. Now this is from Punk's first Money in the Bank victory. Edge was out there on Raw gloating how he was the world champion, and then Batista came down, hit him with a Batista bomb, and as Batista was walking back up the ramp, out came CM Punk to cash in. This was CM Punk's first time becoming a world champion, if you don't count his stint in ECW, and it really cemented him as a top star going forward. Number 4, Dolph Ziggler cashing in on Alberto Del Rio, Monday Night Raw, April 8th, 2013. This was the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania 29, and some say this cash-in was the craziest cash-in as far as the fans go. Alberto Del Rio was laid out in the ring after he had been put in the ankle lock from Jack Swagger, and when Dolph Ziggler's music hit, the crowd went nuts. Ziggler came out with AJ Lee and Big E, and he didn't just, come down, hit the champ with a move, and then win. Alberto actually got his cross arm breaker on Dolph Ziggler before Ziggler did end up becoming champion. Unfortunately, Ziggler was only champion for 69 days as he did suffer a concussion and had to drop the title. Number 3, Randy Orton cashes in on Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam 2013. Daniel Bryan essentially won his second world championship from John Cena at SummerSlam 2013 with Triple H as the special guest referee. After the match, Daniel Bryan was celebrating in the ring when said special guest referee Triple H hit him with a pedigree. Out then came the Viper, who cashed in and became WWE champion. This was not as bad as you would think at first though, because it did lead subsequently with other things in place not taking place and, CM Punk leaving. And anyways, this did lead to Daniel Bryan's triumphant victory at WrestleMania 30, becoming the world champion. Number 2, Edge cashes in on John Cena at New Year's Revolution 2006. John Cena had just retained the WWE Championship inside of an Elimination Chamber match against Chris Masters, Carlito, Kurt Angle, and Shawn Michaels. Earlier that year at WrestleMania, Edge had won the very first ever Money in the Bank ladder match. Vince McMahon then came out to announce that Edge was cashing in, and with Lita by his side, he came down, hit John Cena with a pair of spears to become the first man to cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase and walk out world champion. And number 1, if you haven't guessed it by now, it is Seth Rollins cashing in on Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31. This wasn't just the first time that somebody cashed in their briefcase in the middle of a match, but it was also the first time that the Money in the Bank briefcase had been cashed in at WrestleMania. Now going into this, a lot of fans thought that this was going to be the crowning night for Roman Reigns, that Roman Reigns was going to walk out WWE Champion, defeating the Beast in a move that none of the fans really wanted to see. As the match was going on, it was an alright match. Both men were hitting their finishers, and then the music hit. Seth Rollins came out, and the entire crowd at Levi Stadium went to their feet in an uproar of cheers. Yes, even though Seth Rollins was the heel, even though Seth Rollins was aligned with the Authority, the entire crowd cheered as if this was like the number 1 top ever babyface in all of pro wrestling history. Rollins came in, gave his briefcase to the referee, and they announced that he wasn't only cashing in, but the match would then be turned into a triple threat. Rollins then hit a curb stomp on Brock Lesnar. Lesnar looked as if he was going to hit Rollins with an F5 before Lesnar was speared by Roman Reigns. Before Reigns can get to his feet though, he was then met by a curb stomp by Seth Rollins, who got the victory over Roman Reigns, becoming the first ever WWE superstar to cash in his briefcase at WrestleMania. And that was so perfect, the crowd and everything, I doubt you can ever top that cash-in ever again. But like I said, this Sunday is Money in the Bank. We do have 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches taking place, a men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And like I said at the beginning, any countdown video, any countdown at all is debatable, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below on what cash-ins that we maybe shouldn't have put in this top 5 and what we should have put in its place. But that's going to do it for this edition of Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember to comment below, like and share this video, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe here on YouTube.